Hey y'all, this is Charles Madison, Nexxlegacy Reporting and giving the narration in regards to how I'm feeling about certain things, and the spotlight is clear. It's about the Epstein scandal, a global reckoning that refuses to fade. So my question to you all is this: what happens when power protects itself for decades? What happens when the victims are left to carry the weight of silence while institutions look the other way? The Epstein scandal was not just a case, it's a mirror. Held up to governments, financial systems, law enforcement, and global entities. A mirror reflecting how deeply entrenched abuse can become when accountability is optional. The story spans decades, crosses borders, and it continues to impact lives long after the headlines move on. Jeffrey Epstein did not emerge overnight. His rise unfolded across years of quiet influence, wealth accumulation, political proximity, and international access. From the United States to the Caribbean, from Europe to connections alleged across multiple countries, the scope of this and his operations revealed something larger than one individual. This wasn't simply a criminal case. It was a system failure. Repeated warnings surfaced over time, settlements were reached quietly, investigations stalled or narrowed. Deals were made behind closed doors. Each moment where scrutiny softened became another chapter in a growing scandal that many now argue should have ended long before it did. The passage of time did not erase harm. It compounded it. At the center of the story are the survivors. For many victims, the abuse did not end when Epstein was arrested or when he died. Trauma does not follow court calendars. It does not resolve with press releases. Survivors continue to deal with long-term psychological trauma, disrupted education and career paths, trust issues with institutions meant to protect them, public scrutiny and re-traumatization, the frustration of partial justice. Many have spoken about feeling used not just by Epstein, but by a system that appeared more concerned about reputational management than human lives. Justice delayed for victims often feel like justice denied. The Epstein scandal forces a hard question. How many opportunities were missed to intervene? This case tracks back decades into an earlier allegations, unexplained wealth, unusual immunity agreements, and a consistent pattern of minimized consequences. Each decade adds another layer to the scandal, showing how influence can blur legal boundaries. The longevity of this case is not accidental. It reflects institutional reluctance to challenge power, financial leverage, sharpening legal outcomes, political and social proximity, dulling scrutiny, media fatigue, and public distraction. Silence is not passive. It was enabled. There was never just an American story. Epstein's movements, properties, associations crossed national lines. Victims were recruited from different backgrounds. Allegations spanned multiple jurisdictions, raising questions about international cooperation or a lack thereof. When crimes cross borders, accountability must as well. Yet survivors have repeatedly pointed to fragmented investigations and limited global coordination. A global scandal demands a global response. That response has yet to fully arrive. Recent developments surrounding this case have intensified public frustration, and many are asking, who is protected? Who knew and when? Why do consequences appear uneven? The perceived shakedown of the current administration and governing institution has revealed something deeply troubled to the public: a lack of visible accountability. a lack of empathy for survivors, and a lack of resolve to pursue uncomfortable truths. Statements without action ring hollow. Investigations without transparency breed distrust. What questions echo across communities, courtrooms, and conversations? Is the public being conditioned to move on? Are survivors expected to accept partial answers? Is silence once again being framed as closure? History shows that unresolved scandals do not disappear. They resurface. They erode faith. They fracture trust between the public and the institutions meant to serve them. Some scandals are buried under time, distraction, and fatigue. But the Epstein files, that case, resists that fate. It persists because the questions remain unanswered. It persists because survivors continue to speak. It persists because the implications extend far beyond one man. For many, forgetting this case could mean accepting the world where power operates above conscience. This is not a spectacle. It's about accountability. It's about empathy. It's about whether justice applies equally or selectively. The Epstein scandal was not over because its lessons have not been learned. Until survivors see full acknowledgement, until systems change, and until transparency replaces silence, this story remains unfinished. This is Nexxlegacy Reporting, and the world is still watching.